Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill that is the Coffee Company. It is Thursday, the 12th of February, and it is a drizzly, apparently. 10 degrees centigrade. Oh, but the rain has just started. We've got the rain on the TV. We've got the rain outside. When it rains, it pours, as they say. We're back. I'm not feeling very well at all. I think I've woken up with either a head cold. I started feeling it last night, but the whole front of my head just feels like bleh. There's no word. It's just bleh. That's what my brain feels like at the moment. I feel really round my baldness of my head. No baldness is going to cure this. It feels really just like I think I've got a head cold coming or something. I don't know. I feel really screens feel really bright. I do have the screen on full brightness, otherwise I can't see shit. But that's because I've got shit eyesight. We're back. It's another day in the history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We're going to try not to talk about it. But of course, if people want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. It's clickbait. It's clickbait. It's wonderful, isn't it? The reason I didn't put clickbait in it, because I made this title and then I didn't have enough space to type in the rest of it. It's a shame. There has been an interview today from the Overlap. And in, of that interview, I have made a very Australia's greatest export. Not Tim Tams, not Mark Webber. Big up Mark Webber, big up Tim Tams. Other Australian things. The Ute. I love a Ute, by the way. A Ute is a fantastic thing. The Monaro, fantastic. The Holden Commodore. Love a Holden Commodore. But we have Australia's greatest export. The flat white, right here. Big up the flat white. You can't really see it, but that's really... I love a flat white. No, Foster's is not Australian, Chris. Foster's is not Australian. Neighbours, it's another one. Australia's greatest export. The flat white. My favourite. It's not my favourite, but I love a flat white. So we got a flat white. And we'll hear in the big let's see who's in the house. Type in everything you know that's made in Australia. Big up. We have Swifties in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. I'm trying not to cough. I think I've got sinus issues. Ian Ferguson's in the house, YouTube member, and he has the shield. He's basically Captain America. Because yes. He's basically, I think he's is Ian my only American moderator? I'll have to see. No, Bobby K is not American. Although we like to think he is. Maybe another one is. He's basically Captain America. We have the number one Agenbar in the world. Good to see her. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're well. Paul Langley's in the house. Good to see her. We'll say Boomerangs. Big up. Andrew Gregory's in the house. YouTube member. Good to see her. Big up to Forsters. The Big Bash League. Good to see you, Ian. Good afternoon, Tom81. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. Guardians of the Pombo. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Big up, Craig. Might be Captain Canada here too. Big up. There's only one Captain Canada, and it's Bobby K. Boomerangs. We love a boomerang. We do like a boomerang. Who would have thought? Castlemaine 4 times. Big up. Big up Australia. I love Australia. I'd love to go someday. But we're not going to talk about it unless everyone really has to. Yes, bring in Bobby K until the end of the season. I'll be his assistant. Sanjay's Serenity Football. That's what we need to see. Sonny's dad. Yes, Sonny's dad. Isn't he still in trouble? Quirky gifts from Australia. Brilliant. Let's have a drink. There's something absolutely gorgeous about flat white. Although I do not agree with that coffee shop that's in London at the moment. It's a coffee shop, but it's purely called flat white or fuck off. And the only thing on the menu, if you can't guess it, is a flat white. If you can't order anything else, it's just a flat white. I think that's just not sporting, but it's very flat white. Big up, Darren. Yes, we won't panic anymore. We won't panic anymore. Big up, Darren. Big up. Big up. Yes, indeed. But saying that, Austria's not that bad. They got nice Viennese, Cafe Viennese. They got Viennese biscuits. They've got chocolatey things. They got good skiing in Austria. Good skiing, apparently. I've never been. It's very grammable. Big up. Good morning, Mr. Jason Bell. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. Apparently it's very nice. Apparently it's very nice. I've never been. I've been to Switzerland. I went to Zermatt. And of course, if you go to France, you have to go to Geneva, unfortunately. But you go to the French part of Geneva. It makes no sense, Geneva. Is it France? Is it Switzerland? Make your mind up. Make your mind up, Geneva. But I like Geneva. Not that I spent long there. I don't like the airport. I really don't like Geneva Airport. Geneva Airport sucks. Yeah, Geneva Airport's shit. For anyone that's ever been there, it's not good. There are much better airports. But saying that, what airports are good? Changi Airport in Singapore is apparently excellent. Dubai Airport is apparently excellent. There's some good airports. There are good airports in terms of location, but usually the airports that have a really good location are usually crap. For example, my favourite airport in the world, London City Airport. It's got absolutely nothing there except for a couple of shops. Linate Airport in Milan, second best airport in the world. There's nothing there. Heathrow's pretty good, but there's missing. I think there should always, in an airport, there should always be a McDonald's. There should always be a McDonald's or a Burger King inside. I know Stansted is a terrible airport, but at least they've got a Burger King inside the airport. And yes, I know I should not be rating my airports by what they've got inside, but when you have to get to an airport now 3 hours before you fly. There better be something cheap for you to eat because I don't want to spend stupid money on airport food. I know you'd be like, Ben, you're English. You should be in the Spoons having 4 beers. I don't want to be drunk on a plane. To be honest, I don't want to be drunk on a plane unless I'm doing mid to long haul. Then I might have a beer. But I'd rather have drink on the plane because it's free because it comes with the price. If other airlines are available, of course. If you go with a fairly reputable airline, let's say British Airways, Emirates, or Virgin Airlines, if you go with a fairly reputable airline, they will have drink service, which drinks will be included in the price of your ticket. Of course, some don't. Depends. Yeah, I've gone on some fancy flights. Big up to BA, even though BA are not the greatest anymore. I had a professor from Austria. He wore a T-shirt saying Austria in big letters with a top big kangaroo. Under the root, it said in very small letters, "We don't have kangaroos." Big up to him. Big up to him. I skied in Austria. Cotswold. Big up. I prefer Heathrow. Heathrow's much better than Gatwick. But Gatwick does have a Burger King. I believe Gatwick has a Burger King. Yes, it does. Gatwick does have a Burger King. So, top tip. Kitzbühel skiing the absolute bollocks. Big up. Free drinks on a flight. Yes, you get free champers on some BA flights, and it's lovely. Afternoon, Phil. Phil Army. Good to see you, buddy. Tottenham are so boring. So, yes, we'll talk about airports instead. Nashville Airport has live music daily. Big up. Big up to Nashville. I have to go to Nashville. I'm desperate to go to Nashville, in fact. There's loads of places I'd like to go to in the States when I get the time. And the money, of course. BA has been great when I've used them. Yeah, same here, Ian. I've never had the only problem I had was when we flew to Florida a few years ago. So long ago now. It's 3 years ago. 3 years ago since I last was in the United States of America. It's been wild. It's been wild since I was last in the United States. Our travel agent booked us all on a flight, but didn't book my little nephew Oscar because Oscar didn't need a seat because he's a little boy and he was an infant at that rate. So he'd sit on my sister-in-law's lap. He'd sit on Natty's lap. So when we got to the airport, and luckily, it's the Dumbledore thing. It's Dumbledore in the Order of the Phoenix. Luckily today, Minister, I arrived 5 hours early. Luckily, we arrived at Heathrow Airport 4 hours early that day, not the typical 2-3 hours. We arrived 4 or 5 hours early. So we were able to sort it. It was a nightmare. And we got on the flight 5 minutes before boarding shut. So it was squeaky bum time. My mum was borderline in tears, thinking we weren't going to go to Disney, which even though she didn't really want to go to Disney, she just wanted to go to Florida. She just wanted to go on holiday. She was more upset that her grandchildren wouldn't be able to go to Florida and because they've been looking forward to it and blah, 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 blah. But we sorted it. The funniest thing, though, because the check-in agent was dealing with our issue and then ended her shift. And then didn't replace herself. So we're like, where the fuck's this woman gone? She's just gone. She's just got out of there. You'll have a great time, Paul. How are you doing it? Are you flying to Canada first? You doing New York first? How are you going between the two countries? Are you going to do... Well, I think I would love to try this. I would love to do the train from New York to Toronto. I reckon that's a great adventure. Of course, it does have the physical border, and you have to get off the train, do the immigration, and then get back on the train. I would love to try that. Amount of times I've had to sprint through airports. I should be on the Olympic team. Our good friend Adam. He goes on 4 flights a week because he's an international businessman, and he's a very successful international businessman. So he arrives at flights. He arrives at airports an hour before they take off because that's how quick he times it. I could never do that. I could never go on 4 flights in a week regularly. Toronto first, cool. Oh, the weather's awful. Oh, for sure. 100%. 100%. I always make it... I always get to an airport 3 hours early. now. I no longer do the 2 hours, especially for. But yeah, 3 hours early, even for flights to Italy, which is stupid. It's stupid because a flight to Italy is an hour and 15 minutes, which is bonkers, really. Weekend in Philadelphia, then drive over to Pittsburgh. Now that's a holiday. Sounds cool, actually. I'd like to try Pittsburgh. I don't know what's in Pittsburgh apart from coal mines and things. There's a lot of coal mines in Pittsburgh, isn't it? There's loads of steel works, of course, hence the Steelers. There's loads of coal mines in that area of Pennsylvania. There's loads of coal. I'd love to go to Pennsylvania. I'd love to go to Nazareth, Pennsylvania to see the Martin factory. That's a dream for me because I love Martin guitars. I absolutely love Martins. It's really weird. There's another me going to talk about guitars now, and everyone's going to leave because it's going to be that nerd, guitar nerd. For some reason, well, it's not for some reason. It's probably because the music I listened to growing up. When I think acoustic guitar, I think Martin. I love the sound of an old Martin. They sound woody. They sound like every acoustic. Like I listened to a lot of John Denver growing up, and he obviously loved his Martins. So that's why I picture, and I'd love a Martin one day. One day. But yeah. Your dad is old school. I have a vague memory of running from one end of Denver airport to the other to catch a second leg of a flight home. Big up to you. During NFL, obviously, big up. An hour flight to Italy it's great. Hour and 10-minute flight from London City Airport to Linate, and then 20 minutes. I've travelled less time on the London Underground. I've travelled less time on the London Underground than it takes for me to go to London City Airport to Milan. I love it. I hear Pittsburgh is a good art and food town. I'll have to go. It's also where Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is from. Big up, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. DMD. Loads of nice coffee shops and cafes. Big up. I'd have to go. Stop it. I need to do, because I've done quite a few bits in the States, but I want to do more. I want to do Dallas, Texas. I want to do Houston, Texas. I want to do the Stetson factory. I would love to go to the Stetson factory. That's a dream. Go to the Stetson factory. I think Austin, Texas is very modern. I want to have some Texas barbecue. I want to have a big Texas steak. I want to go. I've done California. I've done quite a bit. I only did one day in LA, and that was enough. One day in LA was enough. But saying that, I'd like to have gone to Santa Monica Pier. Just to say I've been to Santa Monica Pier. I didn't go. Didn't have the time. I went to the Rainbow Bar, though, which was a bit shit. It was shit. But I've been there. Big up Dollywood. Big up. San Francisco is excellent. I loved San Francisco. Of course, it's changed a lot since I went there 8 years ago. Probably not that much, though. It's probably just paper talk. Oh, for God's sake. It's so long ago that I only just bought that jacket. That was so long ago. It's the screen's too bright. Me outside the painted ladies. What a long time ago. 2018. 2018 that was. Big up Dean Austin. Steve Austin, indeed. Some great coffee in California. Some great coffee. I'd like to have got closer to the Golden Gate Bridge. My brother is now in here. You should be on holiday, Will. He is on holiday. Lucky for some. What the hell movie is that? Wuthering Heights. What a load of bollocks. You're there for a week. Interesting. You're home? I didn't get the notification. You are. Who would have thought? You're home today. Mick's home today. Everyone's home. But yeah, you enjoy. What will? Just as a recommend, what was that place, that soul food place we went to? I don't know if it's still there. What was the name of that soul food place that we went to in San Francisco? The place in the... I can't find it. What was it called? What was it called? What was it called? His profile. Yes, it does. It does amazingly. He's going to have to change that. What was that place, Will? We'll have to find it. Some great coffee shops. Some great coffee shops in San Francisco. They've got that down. Let's see if Will took a picture of it, because for some reason we used to share an iCloud account, so we've got like a shared family thing, which we probably should change now. And unluckily, Will's now. What is it called? That's Will and Natty at a diner. I never took a single picture of that restaurant. We'll have the Hops and Hominy. I think that's the one. Let's see if it's still there. Hops and Hominy. San Francisco. Yes. It's closed permanently. Shit. Well, Ian, you can't go there, mate, unfortunately. Oh, if Tottenham were a movie, what movie would it be? Ooh. I don't know. A very miserable one. Scott Collins in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're well. Only thing we have firmly planned is the Napa Sonoma wine tour. Good stuff. Go to Santa Barbara if you can. Santa Barbara was lovely. Santa Barbara. Titanic, maybe. Maybe. What's a really miserable movie? The Day After Tomorrow. Except I love The Day After Tomorrow. Towering Inferno. The Never-Ending Story. Except shit. Indeed. Yeah. Spurs would be the worst movie ever. It would be the worst movie ever. It'd be funny. I can't answer them. I can't answer Kate Club. We'll speak to them later. Hopefully Nintendo don't copyright my stream. The Never-Ending Story too. Yes. It wouldn't be good. It'd be like the worst movie ever. It'd be very funny though. It's funny because it'd be really sad but really funny. It'd be an emotional comedy. It'd be a new genre. The social experiment. It would be an emotional, depressing but very funny. You don't know whether to laugh or to cry because it'd be hilarious, but it'd be like My Cousin Vinny. It'd be My Cousin Vinny mixed with the first 20 minutes of Up. It'd be that. It'd be hilarious, but also depressing. Groundhog Day, that's a good one. Mel's Driving was very good, Ian. Mel's Driving was very good. But you can get old school diner food. Liar, liar. There's a good one. Judgment Day. Terminator Judgment Day. Would be good. Loads of movies. Stuart Little. Just because of Paul Stewart. Armageddon, Inferno, the third Da Vinci Code. Oh, no. The third Da Vinci Code movie would be Tottenham Hotspur because that was Inferno, but shit. Bring back my Levy to me. But after what happened this morning, Will, after the interview that came out this morning, that man is part of the reason where we are now. We're not going to talk about the interview because it says it in the title. I'm not talking about the fucking interview. I've watched bits of it, and a lot of it is true. Well, actually, no. Rewind. Let me retract that statement. A lot of what he said, we said it, so I didn't learn anything. What? What do you mean? Oh, you mean because of Vitor Pereira? Okay. Yeah, he's not a good manager, isn't he? There was an interview. Yes, we didn't learn anything. The funny thing is, Jason, I'm not gonna go into it, but it was really funny, and I'm not gonna slate other fans because people are allowed to have an opinion. But a lot of people said what we were saying at the time, that Ange wasn't gonna get the players he wanted, and I'm calling Ange by his name because he's obviously the person. A lot of us said Ange was never going to get the players he wanted. And we weren't going to go for those like high. And a lot of people came out and said Ange will be Ange and Ange will walk if he doesn't get the players he wanted. Well, the man has come out today and said, I wanted these players. The club couldn't give them to me because the wage structure, and he stayed at the club. So it's proven. And I'm not going to say that he was vindicated because he wasn't vindicated. I think we have to feel sorry for any person that takes that job now. Because we know the manager finished 5th, yes? The form was dire after the first 10 games, the form was dreadful after the first wave of injuries came. Sorry, everyone. We finished 5th. Which, if you look at that season, I prefer to finish 5th that season. I said it. I wanted to finish 5th because I wanted to be in the Europa League, because rightfully so, I said Spurs would have no chance of winning in the Champions League, but we would have a chance of winning the Europa League. Hence why, if you go back and watch the predictions of that year, when I did it on what was then known as Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, otherwise known as Kate and Jimbo, the perfect match, whatever they're calling it now. Love you, Kate and Jim. Absolutely love that channel. I said that Spurs would win the Europa League. I predicted it. Spurs were the favourites for the Europa League that year, and they won it, which is fantastic, and he'll be a legend for the rest of his life. No manager is ever going to get all the players they want. But it's that was that thing saying, us all saying he wasn't going to get the players. People on that side, well, he's going to walk. He doesn't need the money. Ange just walked out of that. Ange walked out. Was it Brisbane Roar he walked out on because they sold all his players, so he didn't like the squad, so he walked out? Was it Brisbane Roar? I think it was Brisbane Roar. So I'm not going to say he's vindicated, but I understand why it failed. But of course, Thomas Frank failed as well. Ange failed in his league positioning, but he won a trophy. He succeeded that goal that he set himself. But as Pochettino said, love Pochettino. That's not enough for Tottenham. It's not enough. When you've got people paying 2,400 quid each for their season tickets, you can't throw away games and you can't do it. So I feel sorry. I feel sorry for him, just like I feel sorry for Thomas Frank. I feel sorry for most importantly, I feel sorry for all of us fans that have to deal with this shit year in, year out, paying the highest prices when the club won't do the same thing unless they have to save face. And that's the only football I'm going to talk about. No, Weekend at Bernie's is entertaining. I've made the relegated big up. Angela's Ashes, indeed. It's just silly. It's silly. Vindicated, big up. Big up Andy Lloyd as well. Good to see you, buddy. No manager's got all the players they wanted. But you got to make the best of it, don't you? And you've got to... The club has to back every single manager they employ. Otherwise, there's no point in employing managers and you just let the players do it. Yeah, everyone. Even I'm a yes man. Do you want a cappuccino, Ben? Yes, sir. Indeed. Even I'm a yes man. Except when it's to customers, when it's always no, no, no. You do what I want. But it's yeah, you're all agreeing with each other. But it's funny how it's all worked out that way, isn't it? It's a shame. Big up. Big up. Oh, the weather is shocking, isn't it? Okay. 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 Good to know. Coover. Big up, mate. Will's in the same opinion as you, buddy. Yes, I just got a message from a potential supplier. I had to read it. I'll call them after the show. But yes, Kuva, it's a worry, isn't it? And I genuinely think this is the worst Spurs team since we got relegated. I think it's possibly even worse than the Spurs team that got relegated. Because at least the Spurs team that got let's have a look. What was the Spurs team Spurs team that got relegated? Spurs team that was relegated. I want to see the team. Spurs team 1976 or was it 77? We had some good players in that team, in the team that got relegated. No, it was 76. 76, 77. No, we haven't. We haven't. In that Spurs team that got relegated, we had Pat Jennings, Steve Perryman, and Glenn Hoddle in the team. For God's sake. Alfie Conn? Wasn't great, was it? Jerry Armstrong? Jerry Armstrong wasn't great. Big up Barry Daines. What a crap keeper he was, apparently. Easy the worst team since I've been a fan. I think it's the worst team since 76, 77. Kuva, if you want to talk about it, I'll send you the link. Or do you just want to talk about biscuits, Kuva? I'll send you the link and we could talk about biscuits or chocolate bars. Definitely chocolate bars. But yeah, it's the worst team since no. I think it's a worse team than the 76, 77s. And where's Colin Crossamano when you need him? Where's Graham when you need him? I need Graham. But even in 1976, Pat Jennings was a top keeper. He was on his way down a bit. I'm never going to question Pat Jennings. I'd put Pat Jennings in goal now. That's how good Pat Jennings was. Pat Jennings might actually be able to get crosses. Big up to Pat Jennings. Big up to him. Big up to big Pat Jennings. For saying that, I think Ian Walker might be a better goalkeeper than Vicario at this moment in time. And that's saying something. I need some water. I need a water. Yeah, I'm not feeling very well. I apologise. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit rough today. Worst team I can recall, and I've been watching the team since 1967. The 77 team were better than Shower, but they might have been a worse team, James. But they were fighters. They fought. They were crap, but they had the right attitude, and they were. I don't see a team. Go on then, Cooves. Go on then, mate. Go on then. We could do with a Couva rant. I'm loading it. I'm loading. Let's do this quicker. Let's do this the quicker way. Here we go. Send it to myself. WhatsApp takes so long now. Where's my boy Couva? I've not spent any time with Couva this year. There we go, Cooves. I send it to Cooves. Pat Jennings was honest, though, Andrew. He was honest about it. He said, I needed to go. Pat Jennings couldn't play second division football. He was Pat Jennings. He's one of the best keepers in the world at that time. Love Pat Jennings. What a guy. What a guy. Yeah, it's those two situations are incomparable, Paul. Pat Jennings was honest that he had to leave. He had to. When Cooves comes on for a couple of minutes. And we'll have a good shout. Oh, Nick wants the link as well. This is going to be a disaster. There we go. You know what? Spurs are a disaster. Spurs are a disaster. Let's let the stream be a disaster. There we go. There we go. Nick.
Hello. How are we?
I'm doing good. Couva is going to come on and talk about chocolate biscuits, otherwise known as chocolate bars. No, those are chocolate bars. I think he's going to talk about wagon wheels. And here he is. Cooves. It's been a long time, mate. It's been a long time. How are you feeling, firstly? Because that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I'm all right. As you know, I pretty much don't care about Spurs anymore, so it
Correct.
helps. But I'm kind of looking, in some ways, as a positive here, because I'm at the point where I don't believe in anything at this club. I don't believe in ownership, who obviously got no ambition whatsoever. I don't believe the structure in the recruitment. I don't believe in any leadership anywhere throughout the whole club. Players and staff and ownership, there's nothing. We're completely rudderless, sinking ship at the moment. I don't see who's pulling us out of it. I don't think changing the manager is going to make a lot of difference now. You would need a spectacular kind of feel-good factor, like a prime Harry Redknapp, or the effect Martin Yole had when we suddenly got football back after some really bad.
Or when Martin O'Neill went into Aston Villa and they weren't a good team. They'd sort of been floating around that mid to. I'd say they were a good side, but they weren't like they were sort of heading mid. Martin O'Neill took them to fourth, like almost like when we were competing with them, and they had like the likes of Agbon Lahore and Ashley Young. Was you need a big character. You need someone that's going to come in, be a larger than life, put his arm, hug everyone, and say, "You know what, boys, we're going to get through this." I don't think managers exist like that anymore. I don't think they do. I think
they're kind of out of favour at the moment, aren't they? I mean, it's one that I always said. When in a crisis, we're going to end up with somebody like Sam Allardyce. He'd actually do it. He's capable of that. He knows how to drag basics out of players. But
it's lovely to see you, Coover, but I feel 20% more depressed now because I thought we weren't talking about football or any nonsense like that. I thought we were going to start arguing about wagon wheels and biscuits and chocolate bars and all that jazz. That's what I've come for. I ain't come to talk about those useless whatsits.
We're talking about the Memorial Club now, though. You know, what used to be a football club, but now it's just this tribute thing. That we don't even have the statues for or anything. So
no.
We have got statues.
I've got a question for you, Coover.
Hang on, Ben. We have got statues. There's 11 of them on the pitch every other day.
No, they're not that mobile.
Well, no, I was going to say the statues would actually be more mobile than the players on the pitch.
Yes, they would. I've got a question, Coover, because this is your era of football. Is this team worse than the 1976-77 team?
I was really young when that team got relegated, so I can't really say for sure. But I remember
Coover was only 35.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
In Norwegian years, that's a whippersnapper.
When your mum was nothing but a brown shirt, ain't it? Yeah. I just remember Dad talking about it at the time, and he said he felt we were a little unlucky because we were sort of trying to recover from having a Gooner as a manager the season before. And there were quite a few teams could have gone down that season. We just unfortunately got dragged into it. But there was always like a little sense of hope. You know, I had some good players, and there was some talismanic sort of players there that you would try and get behind, and something to lift the crowd in some games, even when playing badly.
Yep.
But the only thing I can think of entertainment-wise, this reminds me of when Jerry Francis was in charge and Sheringham and Klinsmann both left.
Yeah.
And what we were left with afterwards. And it was all about defend against everybody.
Yeah.
There's no sense of adventure whatsoever. But it's even worse, isn't it? This player, lots of people saying it now, and lots of rumours, well, more than rumours, isn't it? Allegations, I think, is a better word for players downing tools. They hated the manager. They don't want to play for him. You know, completely lost their dressing room, and it just doesn't matter now. It's free fall, isn't it? I'm quite happy with Ryan Mason to come in now to the end of the season. Don't make any difference to me.
I think Ryan Mason might because he still knows a few of those players. He might actually be able to tap into them, saying, "Come on, mates, you know you're better than this." But
yeah,
I'd be perfectly.
You'd expect some sort of sense of professional. Sorry.
Go on, Coover. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
I was going to say, you'd expect some sort of sense of professionalism from players, though, wouldn't you? Some sort of pride. Just playing a part of your career. You don't want to be known as a player that's not just down tools, couldn't care less. Takes a massive wage and does nothing.
Whatever you think, Coover, whatever you think of the previous manager now, He told them after they got battered by Arsenal that you need to up your standards, and then none of them, including the captain, turned up on time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many. We've all managed people in our lives in terms of if I told someone they need to up their standards at work and they turned up late the next day, I would sack them immediately. I've sacked people for less than that. You'd sack them.
Yeah, it's just disrespectful in general, isn't it? But when you start talking about the astronomical wages they're being paid,
yeah,
and poor fans having to go and shelling out lots of money to go and watch this, it's so disgraceful. I think this is part of the reason why I'm saying I honestly don't care if we get relegated. I know it'll be catastrophe for the club financially, and it'll be mass sale of players, but I think that could be a good thing at the moment. Because at the moment, when we sign a player, within a few weeks, few months, it seems the same with all of them. They get sucked into this attitude of it. Nothing really matters at this club.
Yeah,
we ruin players. You have to be the likes of Harry Kane or Sonny to keep maintaining your
standards.
Standards, yeah, standards and professionalism. Rest of them, it seems to be like a holiday camp.
Yeah,
it's do what I want when I feel like it. And if I don't like the manager, I'll kick up a fuss, get them sacked.
I think they've all been on the balloons with Basuma, Couv. I think that's the problem. They've all been on the balloons with Basuma.
Yeah, true enough. Probably missed though.
Yeah.
I miss the days when it used to be so simple where you would have a chairman who you would never hear about. Yeah. It would just be the name on a door saying chairman. People used to fear it. And if you fell foul of the chairman, you're getting sacked or you're getting sold off straight away. But nowadays, when Levy's era, call me Dan, sit on the edge of the desk in the canteen, hey, I'm one of the lads sort of thing.
Yeah.
Bollocks. Managers were then should have been the next chain in command. That should be a feared entity within the club. Players should be desperate to try and
too many structures now. There's too many levels to a football club now. A manager is no longer. He's not that. What the term manager is. How many teams have a manager now? There aren't managers anymore. They're all head coaches. Coaches.
And player power is way out of control. Not just at our club though, is it?
Yeah. Well, you've seen that with Forest yesterday. The players got the manager sacked. The Marinakis pulled all the players into an emergency meeting. They all said they didn't like him. They sacked him. But they did that.
Do you know what, Ben? That actually helps us because if there's anyone that's surviving a relegation battle, it's Sean Dyche. Do you know what I mean? So actually, Wolves are down.
Vitor Pereira has got Wolves relegated, basically.
Burnley. I know they won yesterday, but I don't care. They're down as well. Leaves one space. Well, that's Nottingham Forest's favourites firmly now after what happened last night. So
yeah, I think so as well.
It would be funny, though, wouldn't it?
That'd be funny, absolutely funny, especially for all those Forest fans, especially Wolfie, twerking for Marinakis to sack him and all this nonsense. Well, careful what you wish for. I know what would be even funnier, even though it hurts us, is we start having this little war of words with Forest fans about who's going down. And then last game of the season, Burnley take over both of us.
Yeah. We're all going down.
Well, it just feels like that, doesn't it? I've never felt so low about what. In fact, I'm not joking. I don't care about this club at the moment. What I care about is getting back the team the club that used to be there. I'm nostalgic. I'm pining for my football club. This isn't it. This is
in a way, Kuva. You're pining. It's like Ribena. My mum still buys Ribena because she liked it when she was a child. She doesn't buy Ribena because it's any good. It tastes like shit now. She buys
I haven't tried that in ages.
Other products. People still buy Marmite, and people still buy Marmite because they liked it when they were a kid. Don't buy it because they like it.
Don't knock Marmite.
So that's what we have an argument about.
Don't knock Marmite, Benjamin.
I'll do what I want.
Don't you start on Marmite, Ben, just because you hate it. just because you hate it, we love it, mate. So don't you
Exactly.
I'll do what I want on my
don't you
channel.
start. But Kuva, you're right. Kuva, you're right. Do you know what? Danny said ticket. I was like, no, thanks. Like, I don't have any interest. Not
What you
even a
mean,
North
Danny
London derby. You know
YWC?
what I mean?
Danny YWC fraud. Where is he?
Yeah. He's in Amsterdam, and he probably that's the best place to be a Spurs fan. I tell you
He's a
what,
wide.
when I went and when I went over there and I watched that game in I don't know what you did, mate. This guy next to me parked next to me. He went to park, get in his car, looked at me, waved at me, and then he walked all the way around the other side of the car to get in his passenger door, even though there's about 4 foot between me and this car. Weirdos.
You
Sorry,
made a
going
friend.
back to the story. I've never felt. I haven't made a friend. But going back to the story, I'll tell you what. That was the best game. That was the best game I ever watched. We lost to Ipswich, but I don't remember any of it because I was in Amsterdam and it was brilliant.
It's the only way to watch.
Yeah, that's why I reckon they're probably the most chilled out fans ever. They don't care. They're just, what should we do? Oh well,
No wonder
we'll
Ajax
carry
is
on
so
with
bad. No wonder Ajax are so bad now. They don't care.
Carry on.
Well, they do.
Carry on with the mushrooms, or carry on with the mushrooms, or go and watch a show.
Ajax do have a Yid army.
They do. But funny thing is, Ajax and Spurs are not friends anymore in terms of the hooligan firms.
Yeah,
not been friends in years, which is ridiculous, really. You'd think Ajax, Spurs, Bayern Munich, and the co would be like the best of friends.
Yeah.
Hate Feyenoord.
Hate Feyenoord, indeed. Big up.
Do you know
Big
what
up
though, Ben?
Ajax.
This weather just this weather
He's cut out.
sums up Spurs.
It does.
Moment. It's just raining for 40 days and 40 nights. It's been raining. If I cut out, hang on, let me move. Let me move somewhere else.
It's connecting about as well as our midfield.
Listening to Nick's connection is more entertaining than watching Spurs. You're like, are you gonna get it? You're gonna get it. It's certainly more connection.
I must admit, I do have my sort of guilty pleasure on Saturdays or Sundays whenever games are now. I don't watch the match. I'll just tune in the Dermot's channel just to watch him having a meltdown. It's funnier than watching the football.
Oh, Kiva.
We do love a meltdown, don't we? We do love a
massive
meltdown.
Massive meltdowns.
Well, that's all there is now, isn't there?
Yeah, Meltdown FC.
But I'm not melting down, Kiva. It's that point. I'm at the point in my life. I don't need Spurs anymore. It's like I don't need Spurs anymore.
It's a lot easier, isn't it?
I don't need it. There's so many things that give me enjoyment. Like, even if it is just to have a trip in the car, I'd rather do that.
Occasionally, I'll flick on Match of the Day, think, I'll watch the highlights at least. Then after about 10 minutes of watching another game, I thought, nah, I won't even bother. I've kind of lost
not as fun
interest
anymore.
in football. Yeah, Premier League now is not
boring.
the same fun it used to be.
I'm not going to blame Pep Guardiola, but I'm going to blame Pep Guardiola. I'm going to blame modern football. There's no magicians anymore. There's no mavericks. There's no... It's all overly systematic.
No,
I don't like it.
Fault, isn't it? Not Guardiola's.
Arteta is just a symptom of the real problem, that there's too much money, so you can't afford to lose because there's so much money involved. So nobody takes any risks anymore. No one's going to get the ball. Oh, I've got the ball. I'm going to take on 15 men. I know there's only 11 men on the pitch.
I like the attitude. We need more of that.
I'm going to get the ball and I'm going to take on every... No, you're going to pass it 5 yards because it's the safe... The people are safe. It's safe now. There's no... Like, Man United, the page is coming. They had players like Eric Cantona that would just decide to karate kick someone in the crowd. They don't have that. You don't have that that aggression anymore. There's no aggression. Like players in Italy, they had Batistutas, you had Tottis, you had Alessandro Del Piero's, you had Di Natale. They were magicians. They were mavericks. They were like even Ricardo Kaká when against Man United, when you got the ball, I'm taking on the entire team, and I don't care what you do. I'm going to take on the entire team, and I'm going to score. Like the early days of Messi, when he would take on the entire. You don't have that anymore. It's 5 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards. It's so boring. There's no difference. There's no different style anymore.
The Letizier's, the Kinclardzes, the Janinios and players like that, real maverick types. But it's all gone. Yeah, you're right. It's all systems and formations, tactics, and play for set pieces, which is all we ever do.
Indeed, yes. Running past the entire team and the substitutes, because you can. Twice. Like Glenn Hoddle. Glenn Hoddle's not going to do a safe ball. No, he's going to do a 90-yard ball that's on a sixpence. Correct. It's going to land directly on someone's foot, and it's going to go. It makes the entire crowd. It creates a buzz. It creates an energy. Wow, that was awesome.
Do you want a really hot take about the team at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. Who would you say I think are our best two midfielders?
I would say Conor Gallagher and I would say Paulinho are probably our two best midfielders. Go on.
I would actually go Archie Gray and Bergvall, because they are the only ones that seem to be interested in passing the ball forward.
The problem is, Kuva, I'd love to agree with you, but Archie Gray's all of his best games have not been in midfield. All of his best games.
Doesn't matter. He's still getting used to the Premiership.
Sure,
I'd stick with them rather than
I like Bergvall as a talent, but the problem is he needs to almost go 10% back because he's doing too much, which means he's tripping up on himself. So he's got to do, he's got to reduce the output by 20%, get it done, build that confidence, and as that confidence builds, that's when he can, like. What
I'm seeing at the moment, if somebody came in, supposing a Pochettino came in again, remember when he just dropped the big name players like Paulinho and Capoue, and who did he bring in? Bentaleb and Mason. Not because they were the best players.
Sherwood bought in Bentaleb and Mason, though, Kiva, I would say.
He didn't bring in Mason, did he?
He did. He was playing Mason. He was playing Mason,
very much.
He was playing him, though. Poch, you're right. Poch put him in the team full time, but definitely Bentancur, Tim Sherwood absolutely loved
I remember Bentaleb coming in under Sherwood a little bit.
Bentancur, Bentaleb, you're absolutely right. Bentaleb.
Yeah. And of course, Harry Kane got his taste of first team football, real run anyway under Sherwood as well. But the point was, Posh put his faith in a couple of youngsters rather than the established.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're at that at the moment because every time I see Paulinho, it's a good player. I mean, he's a good defensive player. And,
he needs a Dembele next to him.
He's a really good worker, but I think we need something more than that. I think we need.
Sure, I agree with you, but I believe Pochettino will be the manager in the summer. That's what I think. I think Pochettino will be a sucker like the rest of us. He says he'll be the manager again. The first thing Pochettino is going to do is he's going to make Conor Gallagher the captain because he loves him. One thing I know is Pochettino left his job at Chelsea because he adored Conor Gallagher. He loved him. And I think that's fine. I think Conor Gallagher could be our Jordan Henderson type player. Maybe not as good at Jordan Henderson's quality at Liverpool for many. He's got that sort of aura of a sensible geezer. I think Pochettino... But you're right. A Paulinho, the best you're going to get out of it. Paulinho could be a Wanyama type player, but to get a Wanyama type player, you need someone next to him that's going to get his foot on the ball. And again, no Dembele's. Dembele was like, I've got the ball. I don't care how many people are going to run in front of me. I'm going to drop my shoulder and I'm going to walk past you. You're like you're a bunch of children. We don't
Could
have
pick a
that
path
anymore.
as well. Yeah.
Class. Absolutely. I was there as probably one of the greatest, apart from Messi against Spurs at Wembley. It's probably the best individual performance I ever saw in a football game. Dembele he marmalised the entire Juventus team on his own.
Yeah, quality player.
Bring back Sherwood. Is he playing in midfield?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, what was I going to say? Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Pochettino. I would love to see us get Iraola, but I don't think that will happen either. Basically, any manager I would like to see us have, I don't think we're going to get. What I think we're going to end up doing is try a few and then end up getting De Zerbi. And then we'll find out that De Zerbi does not work unless he's at Brighton with that group of players.
I think De Zerbi is a fraud, personally.
Okay. He had a nice little... He had a lovely little group of players at Brighton for a while, and it just worked well for him.
It's the same thing as Thomas Frank at Brentford. He had a great group of players that they set up, and he did. You've seen Thomas Frank has left Brentford, and look how much better Brentford are.
Isn't it our usual, though? It's our usual way of doing things. We have an attacking style manager, replace him with a pragmatic one.
Yeah.
Then go for another attacking manager.
Yeah.
So we're going to have an attacking manager again this time if we're true to form. But,
do you know what I'm worried about, Kuva? And if we had a group of players, this would work if you wanted to win. I'm at the point in my Spurs life, I don't care about trophies anymore. I just want to enjoy. I want to see 11 players on a football pitch that care, that play somewhat decent football. But what I'm worried about, I'm worried that the Spurs hierarchy will try and get Pochettino, will fail, and then go for then they will do what Spurs do, which is panic, and they will bring in someone like a Diego, because it's been rumoured the past 24 hours that they are looking at getting Diego Simeone as well. If Simeone is the manager of Tottenham, I'm done.
Oh, never even.
And as you say, he's one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Footballing antichrist.
He is the footballing. He would love Romero, but I want Romero out the door. I think Romero. If you told me, Ben, who would you sell first? I would sell Romero first. I think Romero is part of the problem. I think he's a great footballer, but he is just an arrogant bastard.
If we go down, I'll quite happily sell anybody that wants to go just immediately out. Don't even entertain the idea of keeping them.
Sell them all cheaply.
Ironically, if we went down, Thomas Frank would probably be a good idea for manager.
Probably.
It would be. Working with lesser players, without the big names and the egos. I think he'd do all right then. He'd probably get us promoted again. But I'm just dying to see this massive clear out, because you can't get rid of the culture of the club. And like I said, players are now coming in and learning that culture.
Yeah.
How long before Gallagher's doing the same as everybody else and just slacking around on the
sure
pitch?
It's possible.
If he hasn't, you could argue he looks like it at times already. But
because he's the only one running about, and he sees everyone else not doing anything, so he just got
exactly.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Same with Solanke as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Solanke still
punting the ball long for him to expect him to chase all the game, and that's all there is. It's poor sod.
Nick, what do you think?
Are we talking about something else? Because I'm not interested in talking about Tottenham.
We'll go for another 15 minutes. We'll talk about something fun, and then we will end the show. Let's end the show on a high note, at least.
Okay. Favorite stand-up comedian?
Mickey Flanagan.
Yeah, it's pretty good show.
I love Mickey Flanagan. Nick wants Emerson Royale back for yes, he wants him back.
These problems all started when we got rid of him. Just saying.
Indeed, I agree.
Just saying.
It's can't argue with it. It's true. Whether you can argue whether that was the reason for it, but the timing wise, we've got worse since then.
I reckon Thomas Frank would do really well at Ajax. I think he'd do really well there.
Oh, I don't know.
Expectations currently low there at the moment.
I think he'd do well.
Yeah, probably would.
You can't. I think Ryan's right. All the stand-up comedians nowadays, you can't get away with the stuff that they used to get away with. I mean, we were talking about this the other day. Like, you imagine Little Britain or Harry Enfield or
You
Phoenix
can't get
Lights
away with that
or
anymore.
anything else like all of that.
Alf Garnett.
Like Alf Garnett was a caricature of a racist for people to make fun of, but now people are now taking it literally. The character was designed for you to laugh at him and say, "Oh, look at what a racist." That was the whole point of it.
Yeah, but it'll be taken literally if you put it on that.
But I like the fact when you go and watch these shows now, they put a warning up like, due to this program will contain offensive scenes that may offend people, but due to the cultural appropriation at the time, it was widely accepted.
Which is funny, Nick, because they're doing that for shows like Friends, which is a very Friends is very unoffensive. It's a very unoffensive show.
I don't know. There's pizza in there, so the vegans would be upset if someone mentions pepperoni pizza, because they just like to eat grass, don't they? So
I thought you were referring to cheese pizza.
No. Well, yeah, cheese as well. They get offended over cheese. They get offended over meat. I mean, the other thing as well. Like, I'm not going into a rant, but it might sound like a rant. But the other thing as well, right? Like when you're at school and there was a naughty kid at school, right? Well, he was the naughty kid. But now there has to be a label. They have to label a kid. Oh, he's got this and she's got that and they've got this and they've got that. And you're like, well, there was none of this, when we were at school. It was just, that was it. And we got on with it. But now, oh no, we have to, everything has to have a label. And I think it's just a bit sad, that we have to go down that way. I remember,
excuse anything at school with the ADHD.
I said this. Yeah, like what? Like, and then like all of these. I just think it's just a bit sad, really. When you can't say, oh, you can't say this about that person because they're. It's like, no, we're just saying that the kid's not. My mum would have said, well, that kid's just a naughty little shit, right? But now it's no. That's the reason. And I think the trouble is, and I know I went on a rant of it the other day, but Coover wasn't here, so I'd lead paint on my cot. Don't have that these days. Is there anything wrong with me? Arguably, you could say there was something wrong with me, but arguably, you can say we didn't do any of us
wrong with all of us.
Any harm. So but.
So what Nick is saying, the solutions to all of our problems, according to Nick, is to start painting everyone's cots in lead again.
That's the first.
Bring
that's
back
the first
70s style teachers. That'll sort a lot of stuff out.
What, teachers that only wore beige?
And can use the slipper and cane on kids.
Yeah. No, it will. Yeah, so this is right. So when I was at school, here we go. I'm going to go into a bit of a rant. When I was at school, right, we had this. I obviously went to a grammar school because what? But we obviously was taught Latin, right? So we did Latin at everything else, right?
Posh.
This teacher, we used to take it in turns to see who
Nick, your connection's going.
Wind the teacher up, right? This teacher would literally give you the full Alex Ferguson hairdryer treatment, shouting in your face, and then if you weren't paying attention, he would. You lost, am I?
He's losing the connection. The funny thing is, Nick had an
back.
entire rant and he doesn't even realise no one could hear him.
It's outrageous. What where did where did we get to? What did you hear?
Greatest story ever told, yes.
Still better than a Thomas Frank presser.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. But saying that, norovirus is almost better than a
Did
Thomas
you?
Frank press conference. I heard something about Latin hair dryers, something outside some random school.
Can't hear anything.
What a storyteller.
God, deep that rant.
The funny thing is, he went into a full rant.
Outrageous. This is outrageous.
It is.
This will
Nick
be
is-
doing the rounds.
Yeah, everyone's going to be hearing him shouting.
Unbelievable.
What the fuck's that guy talking about? And he's just going. Nick, are you back?
Nope.
Big up. Oh, he's gone. Big up, Colin. Hope you're doing well. We were talking about the 1977 team earlier, but we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun now. The world. The funny thing is, it's not funny, but nothing's funny anymore. Nothing's funny anymore. There's nothing to laugh at because nothing's funny. Everything is terrifying. Nick, are you back?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear me. Where did I get to? I was literally. Everyone was looking at me, and I was like, "Oh my god, you can't hear me." Oh, I just got cut off.
We have no idea where you got to. We don't even know what it's about.
That's what you sounded like.
It's lost.
I think
lost.
you were along the lines of, you know what I hate? And that was it.
Well, that's it. It's lost now. The moment's gone. The moment's gone.
The moment's gone. You got it off your chest, though, Nick. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I feel better. I don't know what. You clearly didn't hear anything. So yeah, at least we're ending the show on a laugh.
The world ended when Jammy
Yeah.
Dodgers became vegan.
What?
Jammy Dodgers are now vegan.
What?
What is that?
Yeah.
Just a load of powder in a box.
Outrageous.
With some paint.
That's when apparently they were supposed to put butter back in them, but they never did it.
Disgrace.
Why do they
Absolute
need to be
disgrace.
vegan?
Because butter is offensive.
I mean, you can say what you like about vegans, though, really, can't you? Insult them as much as you like. They're not going to be watching. It's not like they'd have the strength to push a mouse button.
They're not going to be watching my show, Cooper.
It's-
They're not going to be watching my show. We're not going to be watching this. Yes, Jammy Dodgers are now vegan. They were supposed to put butter back in them, but they haven't.
Absolute disgrace.
Even Cadbury's chocolate, Cooper. I'll get the thing.
Catering for people that should be ruled out by natural selection.
Like milk chocolate powder doesn't actually have any milk in it. And it's like, why are you drinking milk chocolate?
Just go out in the street now, film it, and just throw that in the road.
I can't because it's money I've spent. Also,
Yeah, but you'll be doing everybody a favour. Charge people for what they didn't have to drink.
Yes,
And
I agree. Colin would know because he watched that team. The 1977 was like Brazil. That's a football team. He's coming back in for one more. He's one more bite of the cherry.
There's no bites of the cherry here. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. I've been Haribo's. Are they vegan?
No, Haribo is still.
As fun
Haribo-
to become vegan. Like you're not
Haribo
allowed.
has still got gelatin in them. They've still got gelatin in them. But Haribo's tasty.
Are
Well, I
vegans
don't know.
a cult?
I don't know. And quite frankly, leave things how they are.
Thomas
Nothing wrong
Frank
with
can
what
dip
needs
his
to happen.
vegan
You don't need to change it.
Thomas Frank can dip his vegan
But still-
biscuits into his Arsenal cup. Yes, he can. Wanker.
No, I'd miss.
He would. That's a bit of a personal question, Ian. That's Ian. Sire. I'm getting it all wrong. That's a personal question.
Do you know one?
So, do you know? And then that's it.
I like it.
Do you know what I'm not
It's
going to
very
miss? Do you know what I'm
open-ended.
not going to miss? I'm not going to miss that horrendous chewing on the sidelines because he can't close his mouth when he's chewing gum.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
what
the
I'm not going
worst.
to miss.
But we're going to end this show on a happy note. What childhood meal would you most like to bring back? What childhood meal would you like to have? We'll start with you, Cooves.
Proper wimpy cheeseburger and chips,
Mm.
followed by a Knickerbocker Glory for dessert.
They don't do the Knickerbocker Glory anymore, I think.
Know. But back
They
in the
don't.
early 80s, they certainly did.
And this is I'm gonna set Nick off on another rant now because they removed the nuts from the Brown Derby and added fudge pieces. So that's gonna set Nick off on a rant. We've already had this rant many times. I do like a Brown Derby though. Nick, what childhood meal would you like to bring back? And chat, you can answer as well.
Oh, wait, there's another one. It's not a meal, but when I was growing up, the best yogurts you could possibly get, Peach Melba.
Mm.
And I never see them anymore. Ever.
No.
And they were immense. Peach Melba was just it.
Yep. Semolina and jam.
Oh, yeah, nice.
He did. I'm not going to bring Paul Langley's comments up. I'm not going to bring that up. Just in case. I'm not bringing that up. I do miss a wimpy burger. They removed they got rid of the chicken in a bun, and the chicken in the bun was the better of the chicken burgers they did. It was
all good.
It was.
Everything they did was good. Proper chips as well.
I do like the Wimpy in Loughton. There's still a Wimpy in Loughton, and you can still go there, and it's still rather enjoyable. It's just too expensive now for what it is. For the price you can go to a Wimpy, your local Greasy Spoon will do the same thing, and it will be better. It's too expensive.
I'll tell you what I saw the other day that really opened my eyes. They were doing a series on like worst towns in Britain and things like that.
Yes.
Or worst cities or anything along those lines. And popped up on the list, Shoreditch. And I thought, yeah, Shoreditch, that's seen some proper rough times. And then they were just talking about how much it's been gentrified over the last few years.
I can only apologise for that because that's part of my father's doing. But I can only apologise.
I mean, I saw Shoreditch like, back in 1981 or something like that.
It was a no-go zone.
It was absolutely.
It was a no-go zone.
It was like a war zone.
It was.
Yeah, and
I don't think Shoreditch is that worst towns in Britain. Shoreditch isn't that bad. There are some pretty good things.
It had gone over a lot of changes, but it's like reputation and people who are voting on it have got memories that stretch back that far to remember when it was bad. I mean, we always have one that pops up on the list, Weymouth, which is near me.
Yep. Weymouth is quite nice now. Weymouth is quite nice.
It's better than it was a couple of years back, but it used to be really good in the late 70s, early 80s. It was a lovely little seaside town, but there was still money coming in. And then the same as most seaside towns in the country, the funds dry up. The tourism stops. funding from government stops, and it just goes to hell.
Yeah.
So we got those sort of towns all over the country now.
Yeah. Cornwall's full of those sorts of towns, and because it's the only people are still going there. That you go to Cornwall during the summer. And the only people there are people that went there in the 70s. So it's mostly people from Wolverhampton. Loads. You'll never see more Leeds shirts outside of a Leeds United game than in Cornwall during the summer. It will just be all Leeds fans. So many of them, because they all thought that's it. They all got on a bus. They all went to Cornwall on the road. It's the only people like a part of it's really good because Cornwall sort of retained it's retained a lot of the old school charm. Like Weymouth, we went to Weymouth last year, and we went to a lovely Greasy Spoon there, and it was like an old school an old school cafe, but they still had people serving you rather than. It was lovely because it was like, I remember this was, and it was cheap. The food was acceptable, and it was just like, it was cheap and cheerful, and it was lovely. Rather than going to a posh gaff, and a sandwich would be 15 quid, and it'd be shit.
Yeah,
bring back cheap and cheerful.
Spurs King, another one as well. Hackney as well. That's the same thing. It did used to be rough as hell, and they put quite a bit of money into it now.
I'm not going to go on a rant about it because I'll end up. My dad is dealing with a lot of stuff to do with Hackney at the moment, and I'll go on a rant after I end the show. But it's not. My dad did a Barry the other day. He did a Barry at home. He had a full blown rant. It was quite funny. But well, they're livable now. Hackney's still lovely now.
Brixton, back in the 80s. First thing you'd think of if you saw Brixton appear on the news, would you think burning car, rioting?
Yeah. And
then it's all really changed.
Now it's people that look like me. Brixton is only people that look like me.
Yes, it's strange how much things have changed. But
you've been watching too much Clarkson's Farm side answer. You've been watching too much Clarkson's Farm.
What a great series.
Best TV show in the last 20 years. 100%.
Easily. And I don't even like Jeremy Clarkson. I hate the bloke's views. But I watched Clarkson's Farm and I thought, you know what? I like this bloke now. He's got a real sense of community and, you know, what's good for the local people. And he put so much love and time into that farm. I really enjoyed it. Real eye opener about what he's all about. Yeah, it's not all the bravado. He's actually quite a sensitive bloke when he gets on the right subject. I've
told you for many years, and you didn't believe me to start with. I told you when we first met over 3.5 years ago. Now it's been so long since we've been part of this. I said the nicest celebrity I've ever met was Jeremy. He was nice. He was nice.
Yeah.
And people are like, you're not telling the truth. He's a horror. Well, no, probably he was horrible to you because you went up to him, asked for 1 million pictures, and probably wanted to talk. I talked about things he actually likes, 1970s Cortinas, and he lit up, and we had a chat about Cortinas. It translates through the program, and I mean the two people that I can't wait for the next season, like Harriet and Caleb, are going to be superstars because of that, and they're not.
Caleb's already done a tour, hasn't he?
He has, and apparently it was total nonsense, but it was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Harriet's fantastic. She's a brilliant person. She's funny. She's caring. She's great at what she does. And she's an NHS worker. I think she's left the NHS, but she was an NHS worker. She's just a normal woman doing 12, 13-hour shifts in a hospital. She's a normal woman.
Yep.
It's brilliant.
Side answer saying Gerald's the best character.
Yeah.
Gerald the one that you can't understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gerald is funny. I love Gerald. Gerald's great. On that note,
Bless
everyone.
him as well. Big cancer scare, and he's back at it again as soon as.
Yeah.
As soon as he
Next day, fixing those bloody fences. Yeah. We need that mentality now.
Yeah.
I'm getting my job done. But thank you for coming on, Coobs, as always. It's been a long time coming. We'll have a chat in the back room.
I just had to because I was dying to listen to Barry's rant. Nice one, Ben.
Big up to you, Paige. Big up to everyone. Thank you all for the 18 for listening to us rant about the world. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully, if I'm feeling better tomorrow at 2 p.m. The usual thing. Kuva, what's your catchphrase?
Turn off, you Spurs.
I can't wait to believe that's back. But brilliant stuff. Thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. Then when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage